keep a mic on him all day and just throw out podcasts.
Welcome to the 9th episode of the Näck Talk. I'm Joel Eric Pinto, a gym owner and a trainer at Knox, and I also do the formulations at Näck. And I have Anmol here, who's a fitness coach, a pro basketball player, and one of the most interesting designations I've heard in the recent past. We're going to be talking about fitness, intra-workout supplements, and a lot more today.
Yeah, so that happened. I am the Chief Fitness Officer at Zomato. It's very cool actually. What my work is like, basically designing a curriculum for an entire organization, how they together can sort of think, talk and do more in health and fitness.
So have you seen any kind of trends or how people perceive fitness at different tiers of management levels?
I think in general also the understanding of fitness for people is very based on aesthetics and body composition, which also exists in the organization. But I think a person like me being hired, the objective is to sort of change that and also help people understand how we take smaller steps to becoming a higher or high performing individual than like just chasing aesthetic goals.
So are you focusing more on fitness as in to get better cognition, reduce stress levels, and rather than just having big arms? And
Absolutely. So the entire philosophy is that if you're somebody who enjoys working, you want to get better in the next 5 years or in the next decade, the only way to be a better employee is to be a fitter and a healthier human being.
with all of your interactions with all these like actual corporate people who have like hectic travel schedules and they're working like long hours and stuff, was there something that you felt you didn't understand before you were between these people and sort of maybe took for granted in your fitness journey?
Absolutely. I think because I haven't traveled so much for work before, now that I have sort of started, I see where nutrition can actually go for a toss. Probably because you're active while you're traveling, but nutrition definitely becomes secondary in those times. And that's where I have personally realized the importance of supplements for myself, which makes it slightly easier, also keeps you mentally in there that is still sticking to whatever your plans were in terms of eating. So I actually happened to take the Näck EAAs to my last trip to Bangalore. I used to have it the first thing in the morning and I was super wired, super pumped all day. How do you usually consume it?
So I usually have it first thing in the morning or during my workouts when the workouts for over an hour. I feel you felt that mental clarity because of the electrolytes, probably because with all your travel and when you take a flight and stuff, you're dehydrated, and so the water and the electrolytes really helped you.
Just one question, why EAAs and not BCAAs?
So this is a common confusion with people. So we have the BCAAs. So EAAs are essential amino acids. So these are 9 of them out of the 20 amino acids. And when they say essential, it doesn't mean the others are non-essential. The non-essential one means that the body can make them by itself as long as it has a certain raw material. But the essential ones, the body can't make it. So you have to take it through food and supplementation only. Just the BCAAs are not going to do all the work that the EAAs are required to do. So the most important of the BCAAs is leucine, and I think that's why the BCAAs got popular, because people figured out leucine is very important to start muscle protein synthesis, and there were 2 or more amino acids that looked like that, so they clubbed it together. But think about starting a car. Leucine is the key, and then you're turning it. That's how the muscle protein synthesis is starting. But you still need the engine, you need the gas, and you need everything else for the whole thing to happen. So that's why you got to take EAAs and not just BCAAs. In fact, there are studies that show if you're just taking BCAAs, you might end up in a catabolic state because you've triggered the muscle protein synthesis and some reactions have started, and it's the body is looking for raw materials and it doesn't have it, so it's going to start scavenging it from your muscle itself.
Interesting. So you mentioned leucine being a key driver. Is there an optimal amount we should consume?
Yeah, There are a bunch of studies that shows between 2.8 grams to about 3.5 grams, which is like the leucine threshold, and like beyond this there are no added benefits. That's why we've added 3.5 grams, and it doesn't vary so much with a person's size or muscle or weight per se, more to do with your blood volume, which is similar. So you're good with 3.5 grams of leucine.
What do you think about EAA's intra-workout?
I feel EAAs are really important as a intra-workouts if your workouts are more than an hour long, or if you're training fasted. You could even have it pre-workout if you're training fasted, or you can even have it post-workout if you want to maximize your recovery through the muscle protein synthesis trigger that we spoke about earlier through leucine. The main mechanisms through which it works is, obviously, one is it provides all the amino acids for muscle building, muscle repair, instant recovery. Second, what it does is, in case you're fasted, you don't want your body to use your hard-earned muscle as fuel, so the EAAs help with that. Also, what it does is, when your workouts are going over an hour longer, you start to feel fatigue, and EAAs help you not feel so fatigued, because valine present in it, one of the VCAAs, it fights for the same receptors as tryptophan, and it mostly wins. So that way it helps you not feel fatigue so fast. And the electrolytes that we've added will also help with the fatigue factor, because just water is not enough for hydration. So hydration gets complete only when you have water and electrolytes. Also, we've got pink Himalayan salt for the sodium and the chloride from it, and also some trace elements. We've got potassium chloride, again for potassium and chloride, and we've got magnesium malate. So a lot of electrolyte formulas out there you'll see would add magnesium oxide, which is much cheaper, but it's not as bioavailable as magnesium malate. Magnesium malate is one of, I consider the top 3 most bioavailable ones. Like, they get absorbed really easily in the body. And malate specifically, because malic acid is also used in the ATP regeneration. ATP is like the currency, the energy currency at a cellular level. So that really helps you during your intra-workout and otherwise also, because magnesium is used as a cofactor in over 300 reactions in your body. So it's like a really essential, not in the technical terms essential, but it's a very important macro mineral for our day-to-day lives.
Okay, you said that amino acids are already available in protein, right? So if I'm consuming protein, why EAA separately?
Really good question. So amino acids form protein. So there are 20 different amino acids that come together and form protein. Now, whenever you have it, they break down. So now, whenever something's breaking down, there are byproducts. So what that means is, whenever I'm consuming protein, all of the amino acids are not available for my body, because a lot of them get lost through nitrogen waste like urea and ammonia and stuff. Whereas EAAs are already broken down and it gets directly absorbed by your gut. So about 99% absorption rate, whereas things from food could be around 50% absorbed. So that's why EAAs become a better source of these amino acids. So how I personally use it is, as I have about 1.6 grams of protein per kg of my body weight, and to go beyond that I use EAAs, so that I'm keeping all the nitrogen waste in check. So when you, not saying going beyond 1.6 doesn't have additional benefits, 1.6 grams of protein per body weight has shown the highest muscle protein synthesis. So beyond that, there's no added advantage in terms of muscle protein synthesis, but there are other advantages to it, like satiety and all of those things. And I'm just having my protein for the muscle protein synthesis. So beyond this, I have my EAAs to keep in the byproducts in check.
So I'm not sure if this is the best spot to tell you this, but the first time I had the Näck EAAs was after a night of drinking, and I had to work out at 7:30 a.m. So along with hydration, energy, it also worked as a great hangover cure for me. So a question, do you think EAAs as a supplement is only for people who are fitness enthusiasts, or anybody can take it?
Most people are generally deficient in protein, so it's going to benefit the general population, since you asked, and it's going to definitely help the fitness people, people who are into fitness. Like I said, having a lot of EAAs, going beyond your protein requirements, meeting your protein requirements, training fasted, and also a lot of people who are like really lean and trying to not consume a lot of calories but still don't want to lose the hard-earned muscle. So again, like barely zero point 0.4 calories for every gram of EAA. So you're literally having the same amount of amino acids from a whey protein scoop, which is 100 calories for like less than 10 calories, and also the absorbability is higher, so it's actually much higher.
Right.
So it's going to help everybody. And why it help you with your hangovers, the electrolytes, which help you with your dehydration. And also he spoke about how it fights fatigue. So you felt fatigue, and it helped you with that. And also I'm sure you wanted to eat food and couldn't eat food, right? And providing amino acids help you stay away from the catabolic state.
So I'm sure you cannot prescribe it as a hangover cure, but I definitely can if that's allowed.